Something is wrong with Jim Carrey. I don't know how else to say it. The man who showed up in Paris, jet black hair, smooth face, quiet energy, signing autographs with the wrong hand, that is not the Jim Carrey you grew up watching. And Katt Williams, Monique, and about 30 million people on the internet are saying exactly that right now. One account with 47,000 followers posts, sorry, 0% chance this is actually Jim Carrey. Someone else goes full send. Jim Carrey was cloned and killed by satanists. I know, that sounds wild, but by the end of this video, you are going to understand why Katt Williams and Monique were warning about this long before Paris ever happened. Let's get into it. All right, the footage. Because this is where it all started. The man who showed up in Paris had jet black hair down to his shoulders. His face was smoother, way smoother, tighter. His whole energy was quiet, calm, subdued.
Merci de faire une ovation à l'un des plus grands acteurs du monde, Monsieur Jim Carrey!
No big expressions, no wild energy, nothing that even slightly resembles the guy who spent 40 years making your face hurt from laughing. And then, he signed autographs with his right hand. Jim Carrey has been left-handed his entire life. Not sometimes, always. Every autograph, every interview, every behind-the-scenes clip across 40 years of footage. Left hand, every single time. Paris, right hand. His team's explanation? Camera angles, crowded settings. Then a fan runs straight up to him on the red carpet and screams, "Every fake news is saying you are not Jim Carrey. Is that true?" He smiles, keeps walking, says absolutely nothing. This is Jim Carrey, the man who has never once in 40 years passed up a camera or a crowd. And he had nothing to say to that? Then, right there on the carpet, he says 4 words out loud. "I am dead." Laughs it off, keeps going. His team says it was a joke about being nervous for his speech. And maybe it was. Jim has always played with reality like that. But combine those 4 words with the wrong hand, the different face, the silence, those words start to feel like something else entirely. Now here's what makes this so much bigger than just another celebrity conspiracy theory. Katt Williams has been warning about exactly this kind of pattern for years. And Monique, the Oscar winner who got blackballed for over a decade, has watched this play out with her own eyes. She has audio recordings. She has receipts. And now, the two of them are on tour together. In this video, you are getting the full picture. What happened in Paris. What Katt has been saying. The pattern that ties Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx, Dave Chappelle, and Monique all together. And the one question nobody in Hollywood seems willing to answer right now. Quick background before we go further. 3 things. If you know them already, great, skip ahead. If not, you need them, because nothing that comes next lands without them. 1. Katt Williams, and why he matters here. Katt is not just a comedian. He is the most outspoken insider Hollywood has ever failed to fully silence. January 2024, he sits down on Club Shay Shay and just starts talking. Not jokes, truth. That interview got 60 million views. He broke down exactly how the machine works. Gatekeepers, secret meetings, deals behind the deals. And he even said that all lies will be exposed this year.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
His words, play the character they wrote for you. Stay in line and you get paid. But the second you stop, the machine will isolate you, embarrass you, or completely erase your story. Then, February 2026, right as the Paris footage goes viral, he drops his Netflix special. He calls it The Last Report. He says his entire job is to learn what is really going on and get back to regular people before it is too late. That word last is not decoration. It sounds like a man who knows the clock is running out. 2. Monique and what she witnessed. Monique won an Academy Award for Precious in 2010. She was at the very top. Then she said no to doing free overseas promo work. One word, no. And Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry allegedly ended her career. Blackballed for over 10 years. And she is not just claiming this. She has Tyler Perry on audio tape telling people in the industry she was difficult to work with. A deliberate lie that cost her family tens of millions. Now here's the part that connects directly to what you are about to hear. In 2023, Monique is at an event with Jamie Foxx, who had just come back from his mysterious hospitalization. He has sunglasses on indoors. She tells him to take them off. He lifts them up. He didn't have any eyes, she said. Everything was black. 3. Jim Carrey, the side people forgot about. You already know who Jim Carrey is, so let's skip the biography and talk about the part that actually matters for this story. Jim Carrey has spent years doing things Hollywood stars are not supposed to do. He went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and spent an entire segment mocking the Illuminati triangle symbol, over and over, refusing to let Kimmel laugh it off. He called fashion meaningless, awards meaningless, the whole industry one big performance. Then, in 2022, he announced he was retiring. His reason? I really like my quiet life. I really like painting. I really love my spiritual life. I have enough. That last part, I have enough, is, according to Katt Williams, one of the rarest and most dangerous things a celebrity can ever say out loud. The whole system exists to make sure you never feel like you have enough. That is the leash. Jim Carrey looked at it and said, no thanks. A man who mocks the Illuminati on live TV, exposes the industry, then walks away and says he has enough? Katt says that is exactly who gets replaced. The details nobody could explain. So the hand thing is already blowing up, but people are also looking at his face closely. Jim Carrey has had warm brown eyes for 40 years. In Paris, they looked lighter, almost green. Now, lighting does strange things. Aging is real. You could explain that away on its own. But then you add the smoother face, the tighter skin, the subdued expressions. And a plastic surgeon named Dr. Jeffrey Spiegel, who has never treated Carrey, tells the Daily Mail that Jim has 100% had Botox, and not the right kind. He says the injector gave him treatments designed for a woman's face, which explains the oddly arched eyebrows. He also points to an unnatural pull in the cheek that could be from a threading procedure or a badly done facelift. So the official explanation for the face is bad cosmetic work. Okay, that is possible, but it does not explain the hand. And then came Alexis Stone, makeup artist, known for hyper-realistic celebrity transformations. Posts a photo on Instagram with the caption, Alexis Stone as Jim Carrey in Paris. Prosthetic masks, full face work, the whole thing. Even Megan Fox jumps into the comments, completely thrown. I cannot handle any more stress right now. I need to know if this is real. Stone later said it was art, a commentary, but the damage to the theory was already done. Because now people knew it was physically possible to fool a crowd into thinking they were looking at Jim Carrey. And then, from the archives, comes the clip that broke everything open. An old Late Night with David Letterman interview resurfaces. Jim Carrey, on camera, casually admits he uses body doubles to dodge paparazzi. His exact words, I use a decoy, a Jim Carrey double. I send him off in one direction. He sucks all the press that way, and I just have my day. He has done it before. He said it himself, on camera.
I'm sorry, a decoy?
Using a decoy, it sounds so ridiculous, but it works like a charm.
Like a double.
It's fantastic.
Like a Jim Carrey double.
A Jim Carrey double.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
So what I do is I send him off in one direction, sucks all the press in that direction, and I can just have my day. And
whatever you want to do.
Wherever I want, totally unmolested. It's fantastic.
Right.
And,
well, they say the best ideas are the simplest ones, and this really couldn't be more simple.
It really is
and
amazing.
I'm sure it works.
It really works. Can I bring him out?
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he's always with me.
He's always, yeah, well,
Golf, can I?
So the question the internet is now sitting with is a simple one. If Jim Carrey used a double to avoid cameras, would he use one to accept an award while the real Jim stays home? Katt's new warning, the last report. Here is the timing that nobody is talking about enough. Katt Williams drops the last report on Netflix in February 2026. The César Awards happen February 26th, 2026, same month. In that special, Katt does something he has never quite done before. He stops being just a commentator on Hollywood and starts describing himself as someone who went inside the machine deliberately, like an informant. He says his job is to learn what is really going on and get back to regular people before it is too late. He also says something that should make you uncomfortable. He says he might not be able to keep doing this much longer, that the people he is exposing are aware of him, that the clock is running. Think about that title again. The Last Report. Not a report, the last one.
Listen, Katt Williams does an amazing job on bringing current world issues into his comedy set. He gave us a whole bunch of tea regarding Trump and Diddy and the Illuminati and fluoride and farming and agriculture and so on and so forth. And if I'm being honest, this is exactly what I anticipated from him. But if I'm being honest again, I didn't laugh as much as I hoped or anticipated. He did a great job and I was intrigued, but it wasn't that funny. I gave a few little chuckles, yeah, and laughs, but that's about it.
And what is he describing in this final warning? The exact pattern playing out with Jim Carrey right now. A man who stepped away, who told too much truth on camera, who stopped being useful to the machine, now appearing in public looking like someone the machine approved of. The dress ritual, the test Hollywood gives you. Now, to really understand why Jim Carrey would be a target, you need to understand the test. Katt has talked about this for years, on Joe Rogan, on Theo Von, in stand-up. He calls it the dress ritual. The pattern, specifically with successful black male entertainers, is this. At some point, you get asked to wear a dress on camera, not as a costume, as a test, a way of the industry saying, will you do what we say? Are you ours now? And you look at the names and it becomes hard to call it coincidence. Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's House, Eddie Murphy in Norbit, Tyler Perry, who built his entire career on the Medea character, Kevin Hart in multiple films, Flip Wilson, Jamie Foxx, on and on.
I don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? You can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses, everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's
that
not.
is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it, show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender.
Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million rather than do it. Flew to Africa. Later explained on Oprah that someone on set was laughing at him in a way that felt wrong, like they were laughing at him, not with him. $50 million left on the table. Katt refused it too, which is, he says, exactly why they spent years trying to destroy him. One TikTok about John Cena, 37.7 million views. Caption, this is called the humiliation ritual. Katt Williams was right. The hashtag has 845,000 uses. Jim Carrey never wore the dress, not once, in 40 years. He never passed the test they give everyone. And according to this pattern, that means he never fully belonged to the machine, which means when he stepped out of line, there was nothing holding them back. Jamie Foxx, the dress rehearsal for what happened to Jim. Now, Jim Carrey is not the first person this has happened to, not even close. The playbook already ran once, on Jamie Foxx. April 2023, Jamie suffers a mysterious brain bleed and stroke. He vanishes. No updates, no photos, nothing from April 12th through an entire spring season. Then suddenly, he appears on a boat wearing sunglasses. You already heard what Monique saw when he took those glasses off, but here's the part that ties it all together. In clips that resurfaced during Diddy's 2025 trial, Jamie is heard talking about attending those infamous parties, but always leaving early. His words in his Netflix special, I was out by 9, something don't look right. It is slippery in here.
The internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
He said it like a joke, but Jamie knew what was happening at those parties, and he talked about it. And then he almost died, mysteriously. His Instagram video update made things worse, not better. Plain white background, only his head moving. Viewers noticed the speech rhythm was off. Comments poured in. Body double, AI, not Jamie. Then, Katt Williams roasts Jamie's Netflix special in January 2025, calls it a funeral, says the person in it might be Jamie's clone. The movie had already run once. Same script, different name on the poster. And now it is running again, with Jim Carrey in the lead role. Monique is not theorizing. She has the scar. This is why Monique's voice carries so much weight in all of this. She is not watching from the outside and guessing. She is someone who went through the punishment Katt is describing and came out the other side with proof. Oscar winner, said no to unpaid work, got wiped out for a decade, and she has Tyler Perry on tape to prove it was deliberate. So when she stands on stage with Katt and says the system is real, that is not a theory, that is a testimony. And now the two of them, two people Hollywood spent years trying to silence, are on the Dark Matter tour together. Same stage, same message. The system is real. The punishment is real. And what are they both pointing at with Jim Carrey? They recognize it, not because they read about it online, because they felt a version of it themselves, and why they backfired completely. Of course, the establishment responded. The César Awards general delegate put out a statement. Jim's visit was planned since summer 2025. He spent months on his French speech. He came with family. Jim's publicist confirmed. His appearance is just aging. The right hand was camera angles in a crowded room. Snopes ran a debunk. Fact-checkers moved fast. And every single denial made people more convinced. Because here's the thing. If the industry did replace Jim Carrey, what would the official response look like? Exactly that. Word for word. A prepared statement, a publicist confirmation, a fact check. That is not evidence it didn't happen. That is exactly what damage control looks like. And people have seen this movie before. Weinstein, denied for decades while the whole industry knew. Epstein, buried, redacted, names still missing. Diddy, years of rumors waved off as conspiracy until the evidence became undeniable. The establishment does not have the credibility right now to just say, "Trust us," and have millions of people fall in line. That trust is gone. It did not disappear overnight. It got spent slowly across years of documented lies. And Katt said it himself in the last report. He might not survive much longer because of what he is revealing. If they will go after Katt for talking, why would they hesitate for even a second to deal with Jim Carrey for walking away? So, what do you think? Was that Jim Carrey in Paris? Do you buy the official story? Or does everything Katt and Monique have been saying change how you see this? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know where your head is at on this one. That is it for today. See you next time.